derivatives of composite functions we have started with last time. I will take an example again, the same example which I had taken last time, just for the students who had not joined that time. Okay. Now this is our question: d by dx of sine of x raised to 4, and we have to find the derivative of this. This is a composite function as it is made up of two functions. One function is sine function, another function is x raised to 4 function. Okay. Then we have separated what is the outer function in this. In this case, sine was the outer function, and x raised to 4 is inner function. Now general rule is, first we will find out the derivative of outer function. Now sine being the outer function, what is the derivative of sine? Derivative of sine is supposed to be, it is a cos. So we will write cos x raised to 4, and again now the derivative of inner function has to be multiplied with it. So derivative of inner function d by dx of x raised to 4, we will multiply that way. It is equal to cos of x raised to 4, and what is the derivative of x raised to 4? It is 4x raised to 4 minus 1, which is equal to 4x cube, and so on. We have done something like this, and I had asked you to complete this as a homework, and few more sums I had given me. Now the last time I had asked you to do these 4 sums for the homework. One of them was y is equal to sine of log x, which we had done it already. The another sum was y is equal to root of x square plus 5. Next thing was y is equal to e to the power tan x, and next to that it is log of x raised to log of x square plus 5. These 4 sums. I hope everyone has done the homework. How many of you have completed the homework? Those who have completed homework, kindly reply it in chat box as yes. Okay, Yarzal Digambar, Avinash Gaikwad, Chetna Chintakindi, so many of them have completed. It's a good thing. Let's check all the answers. Before going further, what I will do is I will introduce you to one more notation. Now see everyone, whatever we have done the last time, I will give you the same thing but in a different form. Now this is the composite function. When I write it as y is equal to f of g of x, f of g of x is a composite function because it is made up of two functions, that is f and g. So if I want to find the derivative, means they will ask us to find dy by dx, then what to do and how to do this. So here in this case, f and g, here f is outer function and g is inner function. Now in exam we don't have to write it explicitly as this function is outer function and this another function is inner function. This is just for our understanding. Okay, so what we will do is, to find out the dy by dx, it is equal to now derivative of outer function, it is given by f dash of x. Derivative of outer function is f dash of x, so we will write it as f dash of gx, then g of x being inner function. Now what will be the next notation for us? It will be d by dx of g of x. Now what is the derivative of g of x? So it will be, again I will write a notation for it as d by dx of g of x is given by simply it is simply given as g dash of x. G dash of x. This is how it goes notation wise. As I told you last time that this time we will be dealing with the notations and chain rule. What is the detail of chain rule? This itself is a chain rule for us. Now whatever I have written, this itself is a chain rule for us. Now let's make a statement out of it. Now few more notations I will introduce. Let me say g of x, let u is equal to g of x. When I say that u is equal to g of x, when I say u is equal to g of x, look at here. Here I want you to see, we'll replace g of x by u. Then what we can see is, here I will get y is equal to f of u. F of u. Now, as I am asked to find dy by dx, now what we can do is this. This is the main idea. This is the main idea. With the help of this notation, let's find out something. Now, here the answer is f dash of g of x. So, we will write this as dy by dx is equal to, now you can see it is f dash of, here this part, here f dash of g of x. So it will become g of x itself is a u, so it is f dash of u into it is g dash of x. As they said, it is g dash of x. G dash of x, if you see here, g dash of x could be written as u dash, simply u dash. So together it will become, first of all we will replace u dash. U dash is, see, you can see here, u is g of x, so u dash is supposed to be simply u dash is nothing but du by dx. U dash, as we say dy by dx is y dash, you can say u dash is nothing but du by dx, because u is a function of x, because u is some function of x. And what is f dash? F dash, I am differentiating f dash with respect to u. So f dash of u, it means f dash of u, it means dy by du. See here this part. This part here is very important. I will make you all go through this once again. Okay, we'll start from the first. Here y is equal to f of g of x, and we are asked to find dy by dx. What we should do? Our first law says that we should differentiate this part f first. So derivative of outer function is f dash of g of x. Then we will multiply that by derivative of inner function, that is d by dx of g of x. So but derivative of g of x could be written as g dash of x. Now we are making it more spaceful or simple for you. I am calling g of x as u. Now you can see these two things. G of x is replaced by u, and y is nothing but, when I replace g of x by u, it will become f of u. So y is f of u. Okay. Coming back to this part, what we can do is, what we can see here is, if I replace g of x by u, it becomes f dash of u and g dash of x. G dash of x itself is du by dx, is du by dx, du by dx, and f dash of u. Here you have to look here. This part you have to look at. F dash of u is nothing but derivative of y with respect to u. It is not with respect to x, but it is with respect to u. So it will become dy by du. If I write this, the main part, if I write, if I remove this inside part, now this itself is called as a chain rule. Now why is it called as chain rule? Now see this, what they have asked us to find derivative of y with respect to x. But what we have done is, we have find derivative of y with respect to u, and then this is derivative of y with respect to u, and then derivative of u with respect to x, then derivative of u with respect to x. So this is like a chain. You can see here, this is a chain. That is why this is called as a chain rule. Okay, now we shall use these notations and find out the derivative of any composite function. Let's take some example. Going back to the previous sum, I can take the same example. Now this is the sum I am going to do. Okay, let's do this sum by using these notations, dy by du notations. Okay, now see this. Let me consider this is y is equal to log of sin x, log of sin x. Now whom shall we consider as u? Whom shall we consider as u? If you are getting it kindly, as u. Check this again. You may get some idea from this. The inside part should be replaced by u. It means the inner function itself is u. So what is the inner function in our case? A few of you are saying it is sin x, okay, I get it. Now you can focus over here. Now the inner function is u, so u is equal to sin x. U should be equal to, when u is equal to sin x, y should be equal to log of u, and dy by du will become 1 upon u. X is u, so y will become log of u, and derivative of this log of u, that is y, dy by du is 1 upon u, and derivative of u, that is du by dx, u is sin x. So what is the derivative of u is, it is equal to cos x. Using these two things, that is dy by du and du by dx, let's complete out this part. So it is equal to, first we should write the value of dy by du, which is 1 upon u, and we should multiply it with the help of du by dx, that is cos x. But what is u? U is already known to us. So I will replace u by sin x. So it will become cos x upon sin x, which is equal to cot x. Okay, I shall give the time of 1 minute. What you have to do is you have to find the derivative of 3 raised to sin x using this chain rule. Using chain rule. Don't be in a hurry of answering it, because writing is important, right? Done this example 3 raised to sin x. Okay, few of you have managed to do it. Let's see, we will do this all together once again. Okay, so we'll start the sum by considering y. First, whatever is given, we will consider it as it is simply y is equal to 3 raised to x. Now think about what is inner function and what is outer function. Here, the inner function, the outer function is 3 raised to x, 3 raised to x, and inner function is sin x. So what we have to do is just let the inner function, that is u is equal to sin x. Then what will become of y? Y will become 3 raised to u. 3 raised to u. Here I write 3 raised to u. Now what is the way of writing? Differentiate with respect to u. See the difference here. I am differentiating this with respect to u because y is a function of u. Y is a function of u, and what I get is this dy by du. Now as we have seen 2, now this is the formula that we should be using. This is the formula that we are using here. If it is a raised to x, the derivative is a raised to x into log a. This formula we are using it there. So derivative of this 3 raised to u, derivative of 3 raised to u is 3 raised to u into log of u, into log of u. Okay, now this is all about dy by du. Now let's see what is the du by dx. As u is equal to sin x, du by dx is simply cos x. Okay, now we will recall what is said to be a chain rule. Now this rule we will recall and we will place all the values together. Dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. Now what is the dy by du? This part is dy by du. This is the dy by du part. Few of them have answered it. Let's call the things together. So this is the dy by du part. I should multiply it with the cos x, this part. So this is it. This is the answer for it. But here our answer is in u and x both. But they are asking us to find the derivative of y with respect to x. So we should not have any term other than x. So let's replace u. What was u? U is nothing but sin x. We will replace u by sin x. And what we get is this. Let's replace u by sin x. Let's replace u by sin x. And this is the final answer for us. 3 raised to sin x into log of sin x into cos x. Here bracket should be there, so that we can see these four sums. Now these four sums we can see. These four sums have already been done using both the methods. Just let's go through it once. Now this was the first method that we have done, and there are two methods to solve this. Right now what we have seen is the chain rule, means expressing it as a dy by dx is equal to dy by du. Now let me take you through this. Here y is equal to sine of log x. So inside function, this I will call it as u, and then y will become sine of u. Now this chain rule is there, dy by dx is equal to dy by du into du by dx. So first we will find out the value of dy by du, and here is the value of dy by du. It is sin u, so derivative of sin u is cos u. Derivative of sin u is cos u. This is the value of dy by du, and derivative of u is log x. As u is log x, derivative of u is du by dx, which is 1 upon x. So combining it, we get this. So cos u into 1 upon x. Cos u is here, this part, and 1 upon x is this part. Cos u into 1 upon x. But what is the value of u? It is log x, so it is cos of log x upon x. Okay. Now, what was another method? This is what we have seen last time, inner outer function method. You don't have to write separately what is u. You don't have to write separately what is y in terms of u. You just, all you need to do is first find out the outer function, find the derivative of outer function. Here outer function is sin x, so derivative of sin x is cos x, and what is inner function? Log x. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x. Simply by using, I know that this is an easy method, but you should go through this once again. Okay, so bear with me. Now y is equal to root of x square plus 5. Now what is the outer function here? Outer function is a root function, and inside function is x square plus 5. So whatever is inside, that will write it as a u. Inner function is u. Then y will become root of u. Now here is the chain rule. Now, so what is the derivative of y? Derivative of y is, as it is a root u, derivative of it is 1 upon 2 root u. And what is the derivative of u with respect to x? The derivative of u with respect to x is du by dx. So derivative of x square plus 5 is 2x. Derivative of x square plus 5 is 2x. So combining these two things, what we get is this. And using chain rule, by equation 1, by using chain rule, what we get is this. So 1 upon 2 root u into 2x. And the last step is replacing what is u. U is x square plus 5. Just replace u by x square plus 5. I hope everyone is getting it. We will also see this by using another method, that is inner outer method. Okay. So what we have is y is equal to root of x square plus 5. As I said, root is outer function. So first we will think about finding the derivative of square root function. And what is the derivative of square root function? It is simply root x if you consider root x. Or you have to treat this part as, here this is the explanation, treat this as u in mind, and use the formula for derivative of root u. So when I say y is equal to root of x square plus 5, derivative of square root is 1 upon 2 root and the same term. Derivative of square root is 1 upon 2 root and the same term, and inner function's derivative, multiply this term with the derivative of inner function, d by dx of x square plus 5. So it is 2x. I know this method is widely used and it is alright to use this method as well. In exam, simply don't write what is inner function and what is outer function. This is only for our understanding. Now let me third example. Here in this only second method is used because it is easy. Here we are using second method. Let's see, e raised to tan x. What is the inner function and what is the outer function in this case? Tan x is the inner function. Tan x is the inner function because it is inside e part. E raised to something. In that something, tan x is there. So e raised to x or e raised to u, we will consider what is the derivative of e raised to u. It is e raised to u itself. So derivative of e raised to tan x is e raised to tan x itself, and derivative of inner function, that is d by dx of tan x, is sec square x. Now let me take you to the final example from the homework. That is y is equal to log of x raised to 5 plus 4. Now what is the outer function? It is clear that log is outer function and x square plus 5 is inner function. This is inner function and this is outer function. Okay, so derivative of log x first. So derivative of log is 1 upon that function, 1 upon x raised to 5 plus 4, and derivative of x raised to 5 plus 4 is 5x raised to 4. So simply this is the answer for it, 5x raised to 4. Here many of you might be wondering how the derivative of this x square plus 5 x raised to 5 plus 4 is 5x raised to 4. See here, x raised to 5, this we have to do using the formula for x raised to n, which is n x raised to n minus 1. N minus 1 itself is 5 minus 1, that is 4, and derivative of 4 is 0. So this derivative is 5x. Write these sums for the homework. I request everyone to write these sums for the homework. Exercise 1.1 is what you all are supposed to solve. Okay, start doing this exercise 1.1. Exercise 1.1. From this, first question you can do, or you can do second question. You can also do the third question. Out of that, whatever, and the fourth is a little bit different. So I will take you all through this one. Okay, we shall be doing this example now. A table of values are given and we are supposed to find out the values of these. Okay. Before doing this example, let's have some recalling of the 11th standard. Now take this question, one question. All of you kindly take this question please first. If y is equal to log of x, then find dy by dx at x is equal to 7. Find dy by dx at x is equal to 7. I request everyone to do this sum on their own and answer in chat box. It is a simple sum. All you need to do is find out the derivative of it, and wherever there is x, replace it by 7. Okay, wonderful. Many of you have already placed the answers. Very good, very good. So this is it. For those who don't know how to do it, just dy by dx is equal to y being log x, the derivative of log x is 1 upon x. 1 upon x. Now this is it. This part is dy by dx. But for finding dy by dx at x, just replace x by 7. So what we get is this. One more sum you can do. If y is equal to sine of 2x, find y dash of if y is equal to sine of 2x, find y dash of pi by 2. Now I have purposefully changed this notation. Y dash is nothing but the dy by dx. It is the same sum. All you need to do is find the derivative of it. But remember, this is a composite function, so you have to use the rules of composite functions and find the derivative first. Then replace the values of x by pi by 2. So many of you are coming with the answer as 1 and 0, 1 and 0. Okay, let's see what is the answer for this now. Now first of all, sine is outer function and 2x is inner function. So I am doing this time directly that dy by dx is equal to, now remember sine is the outer function, so let's find the derivative of outer function first. It is cos of 2x. It is cos of 2x. Now don't forget to do the next part. You have to multiply this with the derivative of 2x. Many students forget to do this part. Remember that we are doing a composite function part now. So this is very important. After finding the derivative of sine of 2x as cos of 2x, multiply the term with the derivative of 2x, which is 2 times cos of 2x is what my dy by dx is. Now replace x by pi by 2. Replace x by pi by 2. So what we get here is 2 cos 2x is the term. 2 cos 2x is the term. So I am replacing this by pi by 2. As I replace it by pi by 2, what it becomes is 2 times cos of simply pi, cos of pi. Now what is the value of cos pi? What is the value of cos pi? It is minus 1, isn't it? You remember that cos of 0 is 1. So cos of pi should be minus 1. So this should be minus 2. This, are you getting it? Minus 2, is it correct? Just go through this once again. Sin x was given to you, sin of 2x. The derivative of sin is cos and derivative of 2x is 2. So the final derivative is 2 into cos of 2x, and we are supposed to replace x by pi by 2. So it is 2 into cos of 2 into x. So it is 2 into pi by 2, that is 2 is being cancelled over here. Only pi is left. Cos of pi is minus 1. So minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. And this is how we get the answer. The homework I asked you to do, complete that homework. Next time we will see the next part. Okay. Thank you everyone.